Okay, I'm gonna take a look at a tank VOD for Fudge. This is about like high gold. Yeah, we'll just see what we see. So first let's talk about comps a little bit. They're playing Rein Zarya, heavy brawl, but they're also playing snipers with Mercy. Which means you basically get to bully their Rein for free, especially if he's playing this aggro. You used to play a Reaper, so you have way more frontline pressure. You have Lucio, they don't. Yeah, you should just be bullying their Rein Zarya. Right? Keeping in mind their sniper sightlines. But if the Rein Zarya are playing aggressive, then it's free. Right? You should just feel free to swing on them and don't feel super pressured. Like flashing your shield every once in a while to try to catch like a dynamite, or just paying attention to where the snipers are, but just wail on that Rein. Okay. Careful with your Ana. Yeah. They'll probably have more just like straight up frontline heals, but with nade you should be fine. Yeah, just fucking wail on them. So you should be like shield hopping here forward. Yeah. Yeah. Like there's no reason that the Rein should be able to run away from you. Right? This should be speeding you in, and you should be shield hopping. Right? So if you don't know what shield hopping is, it's just you're starting your jump. As you jump, as you get off the ground, you flash your shield. As you land, you drop your shield so that you keep your momentum, and you just keep repeating that. Right? So your shield is still up while you're still mixing like shield health and your own health pool, while also still taking as much space and not getting a penalty for moving while having your shield up. Okay? So you should be, yeah, Lucio should be speed you. You can also ask Lucio to speed you, like, hey, they have snipers, I just want to wail on this Rein, let's speed into them, right? But yeah, you're super slow, like you shouldn't let him just get away with this. You have Lucio, and you kind of like stopped and kind of like looked at him, but that's not, yeah, you should be chasing him down more. If you want to be super safe about it, or if Rein's playing passive, right, and their tanks are playing passive, you can't just run on them because of their snipers, then you have to be a little bit more smart with, a little bit smarter with your rotations. So like, oh, they're playing there, let's just go through hotel and then walk on them here, right? Getting your supports over to this side. If you wanted to, you could clear all the way up high ground, but again, I'd rather you just like run at their tanks and win that. So this is good pressure. What are you gonna do now? Hard shielding? No. Okay, so let's talk about this. Okay. Okay. So good pressure because your Reaper was just pressuring their snipers. He's dead now, which is kind of problematic, but it's good timing with your pressure. Okay. Again, need to be careful with your shield here because your shield is at full HP and you are down your armor. Right? So there's that dynamite. Yeah, right? Because the typical rule for like shield management is, and again, this is just like super basic. As soon as you're down your armor, then you should use your shield. Right? And then when you get armor back from healing, then you drop your shield and then you can go aggressive. That's just like the standard rule, right? But yeah, just like flashing your shield more to catch that Zarya beam as well. But again, like I said, like flashing your shield, paying attention to the snipers, right? Dynamite specifically, right? Behind your shield. Gotta pay attention to that. How did you use Fire Shake before that, actually? It's fine. Your Lucio needs to be speeding you more. Call for speed if you need it. Talk about Yeah, but like call for speed, talk to your Lucio, because he's just looks like he's heal body right now. And if the enemy's playing Zarya with no Lucio, you just walk at the Zarya, right? She cannot live. Right? Any sort of brawl, if you're playing against a Zarya with that's not like a brawl mirror, just destroy the Zarya. Like there's no reason that she should be alive. The longer the fight goes on, so if it's like a 20-second fight and the Zarya is alive, full charge, that's a huge threat, right? But early in the fight, if you guys just walk on her, she will do nothing. I promise you. Okay? So feel free to ask for speed, talk about speed a little bit more, right? And continue swinging on these fuckers, but watching your shield and health management a little bit here. Yeah, let's talk about that Shatter. Go here. It's a rush Shatter. Just swing on him. Like again, he can't do anything if you're swinging on him, right? He has to back up if you swing on him. Like Shattering is just a waste there. Swing on him, force him to back up, right? Or kill him, and then Shatter is Zarya backline. Right? Yeah. Okay. And if we're talking about using Shatter in this comp, obviously if you guys can hard pressure Rein, get a hack off on him, that's huge. If Zarya is off angling, do it on her. If Rein gets split from his team in his backline, so if he's slightly split, so this would be too much in line. But if Rein's like over here, playing this corner, and then his Zarya and Moira there, that's a free Shatter right there. Right, so looking for those little splits in between the Rein and his backline, that's important. And if you can get a Shatter on the Moira, that's also pretty big. Right, because that's one of the main things, the off angles, right? The off angles from the snipers and the Moira beam are the two biggest threats for you, right? They're going to stop you from just wailing on their tanks. Hard shielding. Not shielding anything. You're shield popping there, kinda, so that's good. Good. Corner. You guys shouldn't be playing this far up. So, okay. So I know I said whale on the Rein, especially if they're playing snipers. They swapped to Genji, which means it's a little bit... you're still gonna whale on them, right? Because they're still playing Mercy Moira as Widow, right? But your Reaper's dead, so that's a lot of frontline pressure gone. So you guys shouldn't be this far up. Also, you have Ana on cart, right? It's not good. You guys are trying to take a 4v4 right now, right? Which realistically should be a 4v5 at the very least, because their Widow's just going on some stupid flank right now. I don't know why. Because you guys are forcing a fight here, right? They're gonna still be able to take another fight this corner, right? Draw back here, draw them into this area, right? And then hit them with like the EMP Shatter or the grab EMP or something, right? You're drawing more time. You're letting your Ana get back, right, to get further up to help you guys. Where's she right now? Oh, she's died. Okay. Yeah. The Widow peeked her? Yeah. Right? Back here, you're in sight lines of your Ana, right? If she was pushing card, you're in sight lines of her. You're giving more time to get the cart around, right? And if you take the fight here, and the cart is at this corner, they're not going to be able to retake at the subway, right? Their next fight is going to be at this corner, right? Especially with the Lucio, it's going to be at this corner, which is good for you guys, right? So the early fight here is kind of useless. Right? You just don't have the follow-up. Like, even if you guys win here, it means nothing, right? No one's pushing cart. The cart's not even far enough out, so. You just had to blow 3 ults. Right? Like, that's really good, right? Right, do you see your Sombra had an off angle here, and you were here, right? Rein gets hacked as he tries to push in. You just, now he has no shield, you pin him, right? You pin him into the wall, short pin, or you just walk on him again, right? You can do the same thing over here with your Sombra, right? Sombra's on off angle from you, and then you just walk at the Rein. He can't do anything, right? Has to hard shield. Fine pin. I don't know why you turned around there. Did you think someone was flanking? Yeah, you're giving up space. Why are you this far back? You're on us here. You're fine. Right? Don't hard engage. Like, don't speed amp into them. Right? But you guys all shouldn't be backing away from the corner. Why are you running all the way back? Why are you back here? Be up here. Right here. Right here. No reason to go all the way back. Like, you're just giving up so much space. Right? You're here. You're still controlling space. You're controlling this Mega, which keeps your Sombra safer. Right? If they decide to walk into this, you guys have them fucked, right? Everyone's here. Your Reaper's on an off angle. They're putting themselves in a choke for you guys. Right? They're pushing into you. Right? That's fine. You have grab, you have beat, you have nano, right? You almost have EMP and blossom. That's totally fine for you guys. If they want to chase you guys like that, that's great. Right? But don't give up this much space. There's no reason for you guys to all be running this far back. Just play the corner. Like why are you back here? Your Zarya and your Lucio are both ahead of you. Right? Why are you back here? Right? You should already be here. You should be pushing up with your Zarya. Did you know that Rein had Shatter? Yeah, walk at him. Walk, 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 walk. Keep going, keep going, keep walking. Reaper's there. Keep walking. Protect your Reaper, let him shoot. There you go. They have no one who can punish you, right? Right? You guys win the front line. If you and Reaper are together, their Rein is just gonna get smacked and bulldozed. Like, he can't do anything. Assuming you're going for Rein with that, which is why you angled it like that. Yeah. Man, the enemy of Rein's like holding Shatter till the next round. What the fuck? Right? But do you know why that is? Right? Think about it for a second. It's because they don't have any pressure on you, so you can't hit an easy Shatter, right? You guys can walk at them because you have a Reaper Lucio, right? And then he just has to shield it, otherwise, and he can't do anything, right? And there's a lot of pressure on it. It makes it easier to block. It makes it harder to find opportunities, right? you can just throw out shatters and like literally hit nothing and get very low value out of them, and still like it doesn't matter because the Rein can't punish you for it, right? Because you can just walk at him, right? So you have a lot more frontline pressure, which means you can actually, you know, don't have to worry about his shatters as much. But you still should be paying attention to them. Fine. Why are you back there? Why? Did you just go back there to clear the Venom mine? Okay, don't worry about it. Stuff the doors. Your next job, stuff the doors. Does someone die here? Oh, he does. That's unlucky. Right? You should be up here with your Zarya, stuffing this door, or you should be like over here on boxes, or you should be up here stuffing this door. Right? Don't go back here. Right? With your Zarya. All the time with your Zarya. Right? You should almost always be with your Zarya and or your Reaper. Right? Because if Zarya has high charge, she's just outputting a shit ton of damage, right? And you guys protect each other. Right? You shield her, she gets free beam damage. She bubbles, she can protect you, right? Either with her self bubble or her projected, right? If you're with Reaper, same thing. If they try to walk on you, or you're just like walking at them, and you're with Reaper, he's just outputting so much damage that they can't deal with him, right? And you're protecting him, right? But in turn, he's protecting you, right? It goes both ways, right? So you should always try to be with one of them, unless you're going for like some crazy flank play or something, right? But you should really try to be with one of them, if not both of them. Okay. And if we're going to expand that idea to like other comps, right? If you're playing a brawl, you should go with someone who is going to keep you alive, but also, we don't even need to restrain it to brawl, but you should go with someone who's going to keep you alive, but also that you're going to enable. Right? So, Winston D.Va. D.Va keeps Winston alive, right? She enables the dive. Right? Then Winston bubbles, right? And she can hold that space. So she helps him take that space, and then he helps her hold it, for example, right? Going together, symbiotic relationship, right? Going with each other to enable each other and to keep each other alive, right? Way more effective. Yeah, fuck that Zarya. That should be, yeah. Okay, so they have a Reaper now, and now you don't. Okay, so let's look at the comps. You have a slower comp. They have a faster comp. Why? Because they have a Reaper, you have an Ashe. Right? They have a Moira, you have an Ana. Right? So you're going to play a little bit slower. Okay? So you need to be wary of that. So how does that change from the initial matchup? Well, now it's actually going to be harder for you to hit shatters, and it's going to be easier for the Rein to hit shatters on you. Right? So now you need to be tracking his shatters more. Right? Because I don't even remember him using a shatter on defense, realistically. Right? Maybe he used one, but I don't remember it. Right? So you need to be tracking that more and paying attention to it. Okay, why are you back here? You should be fire striking the door. Right? Okay. Okay, back here is fine initially if you guys are playing the Ashe and you want to play slower, that's fine. Right? But you should still be up here throwing a fire strike when they come around the side of the bus, or like up here, right? Or you can be at the bus and throw an initial fire strike early. Right? Fire strike, one of the main uses is for building your ult, right? You should be throwing it at doors. And if you're worried about like them having a Zarya and eating it, then throw a fake. Right? Be here, they see you, they're like, oh, easy, free charge, and then you throw it above the wall and hit here, and then you've baited out bubbles. Right? Or something like that. But like, you should be throwing fire strikes at the beginning of rounds. Right? Because now you're throwing it this time. I think you missed this one. Right? And you're at 2%. Right? But instead you could have like, right now you could realistically have like a 15% advantage over this Rein right now. right? If you had thrown the Fire Strike there, and then you would have had another one for this, right? As they're coming around this side, you would have another Fire Strike, right? And then you'd have an advantage on ults, right? So optimizing that, too far forward. So if you guys are playing the Ashe, play back here, play slower, right? Use the op angle, right? But the main thing for you is like you shouldn't start back here and then try to run up here and take space, right? I'd want you already here, ready to push up into this space if they make this rotation, or push up here if they make this rotation, right? Already on the statue, right? Not back here playing the hotel door on point and then trying to run into them when they turn the corner, right? Especially when you know they have a Reaper, or you should know because you should have scouted them, right? So they just run past you, right? Shield, just shield, let your Zarya do her thing, right? Fire Strike. Yep. Yep, just shield there. Fire Strike again. Fire Strike again. Right now. Right? Fire Strike. You can get an advantage on him. Even if you don't hit anyone, it doesn't matter. You're going to have Fire Strike again. It doesn't matter. Right? Throw that shit out. Get ult advantage. Right? It doesn't give away your position or anything. But guess what? Playing here does give away your position. I learned this the hard way in a tournament. I was playing, I don't know if it was me on Rein or my friend on Rein, but this happened, they turned the corner and fucked the Rein, right? It's not okay. Like, you need to know this. I don't know why it does this, it's kind of buggy, but whatever. But biggest thing, like throwing out those fire strikes, getting your ult charge. Just shield your Zarya, whip them back. Up your Lucio, yep. Fire strike. That's a bit low. I don't know if you were trying to bait bubbles or something. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you're trying to bait bubbles or something like that one. So this is Rein being split from his team, right? So realistically, this should be a speech Shatter play if you want to be like super optimal about it, right? It should be like, oh, Rein's here. I'm gonna turn this corner and shatter his fucking team, right? Because he's split from them. He's not in a line with them, right? So these are the splits you have to look for, right? Right? Don't just shatter the Rein. Shatter his team. Shatter his team, then kill the Rein if you really want to kill the Rein that much, right? If Lucio, Widow, Moira, Zarya are down for 2 seconds, Rein's gonna die, right? No healing, no bubbles, no speed, no protection, right? But look for these splits. And then you weren't tracking his ult, so you fire striked. Alright, track his ult, you have to now. Feel free to just shield the Reaper, that way your Zarya and other people can kill her. Or kill him, right? It's much easier. Kill the Moira. Why did no one kill the Moira? Whatever, I don't know. Got no problem with that. Stopping Zarya from getting out with charge, that's fine. You got bubbles, so fire strike, yup. Where's your healer? You're back up. He's still walking back, okay. Peak fire strike, peak fire strike. Too late. So when your Zarya is using personal, you should use that as another window for you to either like fire strike or to get aggressive, right? When Zarya uses personal and steps in front of the Rein, is to take aggro. So she's taking aggro instead of you for a brief second, right? Use that time to either throw a fire strike or to get a little bit more aggressive, right? Or just to relieve some pressure on yourself, okay? Same thing with projected, right? But that's more obvious. Cool. You have Shatter. Where are your supports? Assuming they're getting taxied back. Cool, good. There's your Ash there. Shatter, 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 please. Moira, kill her. Like, it worked out. Or it might not, actually. You might just lose. Right? But you still got them. But now you can't follow up on it. Right? Hit the shatter, then just pin one and get an insta-kill. Turn the fight. Right? Shattering, like, solo shattering people is totally fine, too. Right? Like, if Amara's Cole in here, that's totally fine to shatter. Right? If Azari's off-angling, like, if Azari's over here playing the fucking phone booth and her Rein's over here, and she doesn't have personable, shatter the Zarya and charge her, right? If people are being stupid and they're high and they're like preventing you from taking space or they're pushing or whatever, right? Solo shatter them, kill them, right? Use shatter to secure the kill, right? If they're using ult, even better. Mercy's trying to res while she's in Valk and she's on the ground, shatter her, right? Mercy's trying to res in general, shatter her. Moira Colin, shatter her, right? That's another good example. Soldiers ulting and you don't have a diva, shatter them. That one's a bit more memey, but like you get the idea. You should. Right? Feel free to just solo shatter people. If it's gonna give you value or you're gonna be able to get a quick kill with it, that's fine. You're swinging too wide, whatever. Not tracking the shatter. You see how Rein's split again? Right? Mid-fight, Rein's do this a lot. You should be looking for this in order to hit shatters. Right? Don't hard focus on the Rein. If he's split from his team, shatter them. Right? Now in this case you need to be careful with the Zarya self-bubble, but right? This is just like a good fundamental. If you see Rein split from his team, shatter his team. Right? Then you can either kill his team or you can kill him, right? And win from there. Either work. Right? Yeah, but again, make sure you're tracking those shatters. Like, that's really important. Stat point. That's too late to hit the pin. So, if you're going for an EMP shatter play, right, and you know that they have beat, or they have something that's going to protect after the shatter, right, beat, trance, coal, high noon, whatever, right, something that's going to protect them after you hit the shatter, right, or it's going to deter you guys from following up on it. Just hit a pin right away. Secure the one easy kill, and go from there, right? Then you can snowball your lead, right? And if they have something like beat, and then Lucia's playing like back here or something, like fucking pin him over here. Pin him into the wall, right? Or be over here and pin him into the pipe, right? Pin him away from the Lucia beat. And if Lucia's beating, you can, if it's a short pin, you can hit the pin before the beat goes out, right? If you instantly pin, right? So if you know that they have beat for one of your combos, you should be looking to burst someone as fast as possible, right? And for you, that means charging a squishy to get an instant kill. Yeah, they didn't even beat for that, really. Yeah. Yeah, Lucid probably got caught in it, actually. I wasn't watching him, but yeah, he probably got caught in it, that's why he didn't beat. Which is bad on his play, but, you know. Don't expect people to fuck up, like, it's not good. Yeah. Don't plan on people fucking up. Run. Yep. All the way to that corner, yep. Good. They're on double snipers again, you're on Sombra, which means you can be a little bit more aggressive, but again, you're still on Ana, they're on Moira. So you do need to be careful with that. It's about timed aggression, so with Nano, Sleep, and Nade. Okay. So, first of all, you threw a Fire Strike in the Rein's face here, which is like, he had Shatter again, right? So really be careful about when you're throwing Fire Strikes when the enemy Rein has Shatter. It goes to the idea of like making sure that you're tracking his ult too, right? Specifically, you might not be an ult tracker on your team, but specifically in a Rein v Rein matchup, you need to know the other Rein's ult when he has ult, right? Did you do like a... Yeah, you did like almost a pixel perfect block there, which is really good. It was probably luck, realistically, but still impressive. Just shield, let your team shoot them. Yep. Back up, cool. Yep. Right, that's all you need to do. Like, you don't need to like hard engage on them there, right? Ashe feeds, okay. You guys should like usually be playing this corner anyway, so you know you almost got caught up here, which is not good. And oof. You went out too early. So, like, there's no reason for you to leave this doorway. Or there was no reason for you to play, like, past the boxes. Like, either would have been fine. If you want to be safe, play here. If you want to be a little bit more risky, play here. But, like, past the boxes, there's no reason for you to be out here. Like, you're just in no man's land. And I'm assuming you felt pressured because you were getting shot because you left your cover, right? You weren't using natural cover. So that's why you felt like you needed to charge, or maybe it was a misclick, I don't know. Lucio feeding? Aight, okay. Maybe you DC'd. A little bit higher, unless you're trying to bait bubbles, but I think they used bubbles. Good. You should be holding this corner, like you let them swing too wide on it. Like you see how far back you're playing? It's not good. Like, yeah, your Widow shouldn't be here, and that's like her own positioning fault, that's why she died, but right, you shouldn't be back here, you should be up here. You should be up here on the sheet metal. Right, holding this corner. Okay. There was another split there that you could have. This actually might have been two. Let's just take a look at them so you can see. Now, I don't think I wouldn't expect you to take advantage of these. But like right here, so this is one. like you're like this would be like easy. Lucia's with you, Shatter play, right? Bubbles up, which is kind of, you know, something you have to take into account. But this is again one of those splits. I wouldn't expect you to be at the level to take advantage of this one, but I'm just showing you some other ones, right? You saw some pretty obvious ones earlier on, but right here is another one, right? You take a step forward and you shatter, right? You shatter those people, then you can isolate these ones, or you can go get a pin or whatever, right? But here's another split, right? Because his Rein isn't in line with his Widow or his Lucio, and both of them are in range of your shatter, which they shouldn't be, but they are, right? So this is like such a small one, right? So if the Rein's here, you take a step forward, his shield's gonna extend to about here, you can just take a step forward and get past that, right? If he tries to turn it to block, well, he's just opening them up, right? Because that's how close you are, right? And again, like, it's fine that you actually didn't take advantage of these because you wouldn't have been able to follow up on them. But just showing you more examples of the splits, right? And like higher level splits. Like the higher level you get, and the better you are at this, the smaller the window will be, right? Or the smaller the split will be that you can actually take advantage of, right? Right. Also, like, both of those splits would have been better than this. And again, you're not tracking the Shatter, right? So Nano was mistimed because you guys lost 2 and you're trying to like turn a fight that you don't need to. Just save ults, die on cart, right? Get an exit frag if you can, but otherwise die on cart, and then leave together with all your ults, right? Because you guys just wasted 2. Yeah. Specifically when you shatter, or not when you shatter, when you get Nano, Rein's tend to be super aggressive and they forget the enemy Rein has Shatter. Okay? So that's something you need to pay attention to. If you think the enemy Rein has Shatter and you have Nano and you're going ultra aggressive, you have to keep in the back of your mind that he's going to Shatter. Right? He'll try to Shatter in order to counter it. Right? To counter the push. So you need to be thinking of that. Like, okay, I'm swinging, I'm ready to block, and I'm trying to reaction it. Right? Okay. Looking for those splits, right? Getting those shatters, tracking the enemy shatter, right? Playing with people like Zarya or Reaper who are going to enable you. That can be on Rein, it could be on Winston, it could be on whoever, right? But playing with them so you enable them and they enable you to just walk on people. If you can't walk on people, just fucking do it, right? If they're playing weak frontline and you guys are playing a brawl, just walk all over them, right? No respect. The other thing is making sure that you're farming your ult a little bit more with fire strikes, especially at the beginning of rounds. But you can get away with it a little bit more. Like, you can be a bit more aggressive with them. Okay? And there were probably a couple times where you might have been like trying to bait out bubbles. I don't know. I couldn't hear comms. I don't know like what's going on in your head. But there was definitely more cases where you could have thrown fire strikes either more accurately or just thrown more in order to get an ult charge advantage. Okay? So those are some of the key things for you. I hope this helps you, Fudge, or anyone else who watches this. But yeah, you can follow me on Twitter. I have a coaching server. DM me on Discord. Everything. If people have questions or concerns, you guys ask something in the comments or whatever. Cool. Thank you for watching, I guess.